from as well. Alright, a lot of the tribes, they had a name for them. So this is from the next page. It says the Ganawida is a name said to mean two water currents flowing together. If tradition warrants, sometime between 1400 AD and 1600 AD, possibly in the year 1451 AD, when the Iroquois witnessed an eclipse of the sun. The Ganawida, the heavenly messenger, is said to have established the Great League of Peace among the warring five nations of the Iroquois, from east to west, the Mohawk, the Oneida, the Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca. The League's origins and purposes are explained in the central Iroquois myth, the Ganawida epic. It says the nature of this warfare was a cultural pattern known as the Morning War, essentially a system of blood feuds. Huron by birth and Mohawk by adoption, the Ganawida was a prophet, statesman, and lawgiver who co-founded with Hiawatha the Iroquois League of Peace of the Longhouse, also known as the Great League of Peace. This league in actual practice was vested in a council of 50 peace chiefs, or sachems, a term used to distinguish these from other chiefs. And then it says down here, Christian influence, however, cannot be ruled out. And now why does it say that? Because the laws that he brought them was the laws that, or the commandments that he gave to the apostles back in the ancient world. Right? For this reason, the version known as the Code of the Ganawida, together with the tradition of the origin of the Five Nations League, prepared by the Committee of the Chiefs, appointed by Six Nations Council of Grand River, Canada, and adopted by Council of Chiefs July 3rd, 1900, is prefaced with this concession, and it says, with a reference to the origin or birth, character, and doings of the Ganawida, as herein chronicled, it will be observed that they present an analogy or similarity to Hebrew biblical story and teachings. Alright, now why did it say that? Because that's what happened. He came here and he taught them the scriptures. Now, what Satan did when I went on ebook is the next page they won't let you go on. They skip it. They skip 20 to 30 pages. Because as you see, it mentioned Hebrew biblical story. So it must have said it must have went in deeper in the next page. But that's where it got cut off. Alright? Because Satan has to do his thing. Anyone have any scriptures? Because I have a next article, so before that, if anyone has anything, they can bring up.
I have here. This is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 12 and 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him at thy sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat.
That's right.
And thou at the last, remember my words.
Yeah, and there's three clans of the Iroquois. There's the wolf, the turtle, and the wolf, the turtle, and there's the next one, the deer, I believe. And when you go into the wolf clan, their job was to take Edomites and adopt them into the tribe, man. And then through that, alright, they produce terrors, man. And you send them by you, and you think, oh, they're babies, you can teach them. No, it tells you, what does it say? The wicked are estranged from the womb. Right? They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So when you put the devil among you, that's going to cause all kinds of madness. So a lot of people on these res, man, they might look native, but they're actually terrorists. Because they might go back to the wolf clan. And see, that's a lot of problem. And the woman was responsible for that. Another fucking problem with the woman. Because the woman don't know shit. Okay, the woman is based off emotion. Alright, the woman, every month for 7 days, she's a fucking demon. You gotta cast her away. Alright, put her in the wilderness. But then you might have her in the damn council judging people, man. What kind of madness is that? You know? So a lot of you tribes, man, you lost your understanding, you lost your heritage. Alright, but the Lord is calling 12,000 of you to come back. You know? Go ahead, Art.
And be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent?
Yep.
Or any such such as come nigh wild beasts. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
Yep.
For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
That's right.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
That's right. And that's the white man.
And the pit is the reserves, man.
Yeah, it's a system.
He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. All right, so that same crybaby white man that you guys see sometimes, you know what I mean? If he has a chance to kill you, all right, he's gonna. That same nerdy white guy that you thought was a weakling or something, he'll turn into a serial killer when it comes to your people, you know?
Dexter.
And then that's how, too, when you see the picture of these generals who were destroying and killing our people, a lot of them look like some weak faggot Edomites.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But guess what? They were killers. They were trained with the sword. You know what I mean? Even some people, they make fun of these comic book Edomites.
Yep.
But some of them, they train with ancient weapons and shit.
Yep.
Battle axes and all that. You think he's just a comic book convention guy? No, he really wants to be in that situation, you know?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee.
And that's man, that's the white man completely, man. That's the history right there.
Mm-hmm. And then after you see that, how a lot of you natives got on the reserve was you guys were like coerced, you know, and the white man was telling you, oh, it's better over here, and you know what I mean, and then you guys fall into the trap, you know what I mean. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance, you know. So when they're whispering much, that's them in their parliament, you know, undermining your guys' efforts to basically live on the land, you know what I mean. And his countenance changed now, you know what I mean. Now he has a mean countenance to you guys because now he's on top.
Yep. That was it.
Yeah.
I got something.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Psalms 10 and 4. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts.
Yeah, that's these devils, man. They're all atheists, evolutionists, Darwinists. They don't give a shit about the Most High, right? The ones that claim to be Christian, they're not really Christian, man. All right, it tells you in the Apocrypha when the ungodly curse Satan, he cursed his own soul. That's the white man, because when you're in church and you're saying, "Oh, God bless you in Jesus Christ's name" and all that shit, they're really cursing themselves, man. And then when they say, "Devil be gone," you're the devil, man. You're the spawn of Satan.
Sure.
Right? Go ahead.
His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight.
Yeah, his ways are always grievous, man. Everything he does is a grievous, man. Is a grievance. Every act he passes, it's more hell on you tribes, man. You Israelites. Go ahead.
As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
Right? Meaning he's proud. Go ahead.
He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity.
Yep.
His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
That's right. That's the white man to a T. All right? Because he in his mouth is fraud, deceit. Now you got these fucking Edomites, man. They messed up everything, and then they're proclaiming their science and pharmaceutical industry. But now a lot of them are going back to natural herbs, man. Natural medicine. And where are they getting it from? They're actually getting it from you tribes. They're actually stealing a lot of shit from you tribes and then claiming it to be their own. And that's a term, there's a term called biopiracy. All right, like you got, the white man says, oh, you pirated this movie. He's biopirating your knowledge of the herbs, man. You got these new agers. There's a thing with the white man. He started doing his own sweat lodge and trying to be a medicine man and shit. And 2 people died. All right, because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's getting money off it. You got these Edomites saying, "Oh, live a natural life now." What happened to your mercury, your fucking fluoride that you love to claim helps people, right? But now you're going back to the Inca medicine, the Gadite medicine. You know
that you contaminate.
You might go into I remember I went to Shoppers Drug Mart, and they got a liniment type thing. And it's called Sioux or Lakota. I don't know if you ever seen it. There's a Gadite on it. So what is that? Are the actual Lakota actually getting money from that? Why you got their face on there, right? That's biopiracy, man. All right, that was it.
I just got one thing to add though.
Yeah.
You know about the 6 nations, about the peace treaties that they made against each other.
Yep.
Yeah, the white man he even adopted your laws and put it into his constitution.
That's right. Their great law of peace is the basis of the Constitution.
Exactly.
Right.
So you tribes are really, he's taking your stuff and using it against you, really.
Yep.
So you guys are the tribes are really the problem. The white man's doing his job, but you guys aren't right.
No.
So you need to get right.
That's right. That's right. All right. So this is an article on the Peacemaker from this website here, as you see. All right, and this is him, the greatest American, the Peacemaker, wise men of the ages, the Ganawida, and he's holding the the belt, which is a lot of these things you see. That guy that came up to the camp, he had it on his shirt. It's a flag. They call it the Iroquois flag, and it represents the 5 nations: the Mohawk, Cayuga, Seneca, Oneida, and Onondaga, and it represents them in unity, basically. And that's the belt he made for them, because a lot of them were going off, a lot of them were killing each other, and then he basically came and united them. So it says the outstanding prototype of an aboriginal divine messenger is the Ganawida, circa 1141, 1550 AD. The visionary Huron who established the Iroquois 5, later 6 Nations Confederacy, or Great League of Peace, by which peace was established among the warring Iroquois. His people, the Haudenosaunee, called him the Peacemaker. He lived at a time when the Haudenosaunee nations fought among themselves. This troubled the Ganawida, and he dedicated himself to helping them unite in peace. A leader named Hiawatha helped the Peacemaker, and this guy, if you see the Mohawk flag, the red flag, and there's like a sun in the middle, or light, and there's a man in the middle. If you ever seen that flag, that's the guy, Hiawatha. That was his disciple, so to speak. It says, the Peacemaker and Hiawatha helped them form a new government called the Iroquois League. Iroquois was another name for the Haudenosaunee, which is not so, because that was a derogatory term put on them. It says, together they traveled and walked to the nations about living in peace. 5 Haudenosaunee nations decided to stop fighting and joined together. The Peacemaker and Hiawatha helped them form a new government called the Iroquois League. Oh, sorry, Slack, I read that part. So we go down here. It says, the Ganawida proclaimed monotheism in the name of the Great Spirit. A supreme deity, also called Wakantanka among the Sioux. The Great Spirit or Great Mystery is generally believed to be personal, close to the people, and immanent in the fabric of the material world. Lakota prayers refer to him as grandfather. However...
Okay, so then that sounds like they have their own God, just like the scripture tells you Israel has their own God.
Yep.
Alright? So how can the white man fall under that?
Yep. That's right. Close to the people, close to them, right? Lakota prayer referred to him as grandfather. However, not all nations assign gender, or only one gender, which is going off. To the Great Mystery, Chief Dan Evehima, a spiritual leader of the Hopi Nation, described the great